Multnoma's MAC uses an online service called Time to track all practicum, internship, and supervision hours throughout your master's degree program. To begin using it, you'll first need to create an account. So we go to timetotrack.com, we click Join Now. You can click this Start Free Trial button. Before you fill out your information, scroll down and click Have an Authorization Key. Now you'll fill out your information. In the authorization key box, you'll fill in the authorization key that you'll receive from the MAC department. Be sure to indicate that you're a master's level student and agree to the terms and conditions. After you've clicked Finished, you'll receive a thank you. And now you're ready to begin Time to Track use. Once you log in, you'll be directed to your main screen. This is where you'll be able to log all your practicum and internship activities. But first, you'll need to create a practicum to log those hours under. First, you'll click this top right gear and go to Practicums. You'll select Add a Practicum, and this is where you'll fill in the information, including your course level, your course number, you'll select COU 545, and your training site. For this practicum, your training site will be MU On-Campus Supervision. You'll select your preferred supervisor, either Heather Peacock or Mike Wilson, and the term under which you're completing these hours, spring 2016. Hit save, and now you have your practicum. And you're ready to log your first activity. So after your first session with a client, you'll go to the Activities tab. To add a new activity, click this button and begin to fill in the information. Log your activity under a practicum so that you can later submit it for supervisor approval. On this page, you can change your preferred supervisor and select an activity type. There's a pre-populated list, or you can type until you find the option that you prefer. You can type in how many hours you spent doing this activity, whether it's supervision, note-taking, individual therapy, and who the client involved is. You can create a client coding system using Time to Track, or for this example, I'll just type in that it's a practicum client. On this screen, you can log any assessments that you did during that session with the client, and you can also schedule it as recurring if you prefer. We hit Add to save this activity, and now we have it logged, but it has not yet been approved by your supervisor. Now that you've entered your activity, the most important thing for you to do is to submit it for approval. Submitting your hours for approval is one of the most important functions of your Time to Track use. It allows us to know that your supervisor is overseeing and confirming the hours that you've logged. No unapproved hours will count toward your needed hours for graduation. So in order to get these hours approved, we go to Approvals. We don't have any approval requests, so we make our first one. Here we can see every activity that we've logged, in this case just one, and we can select it. The supervisor is listed, and if we need to change that, we can go back and change the practicum if you had initially selected an incorrect practicum for that activity. And here you can submit your selected activity for approval. Once you hit that button, your supervisor will get an email asking them to confirm that you actually did those hours, whether it's individual therapy, supervision, note-taking, or any activity at your practicum or internship site. They'll then approve those hours, and you'll be alerted when they've done so. Time to Track has lots of other features for your use. In addition to assigning your clients and tracking them via coding systems, you can also view and track the assessments for individual clients and see what dates they were completed. And in addition, you can view certain reports that show your hours based on activity and whether or not they are client contact or direct hours or other hours. If you have any questions for using Time to Track, you can type that question into Time to Track's help bar. And you'll be directed to a help menu, or you can choose to go to the help site to see other options that you might have. Time to Track has several videos on how to get you started, setting up basic organizational systems for tracking your hours, or any additional questions that you might have when you're working with the system. So now you're all set up to go about tracking your hours and getting ready and prepared to track your practicum hours and moving into internship.